The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right. Good morning, West USA Realty. My name is Keith Flynn. I'm the Director of Digital Marketing here at West USA. Hope everybody's having a good morning so far. If you can't tell, my voice is a little hoarse right now. This hot and cold weather back and forth, our schizophrenic weather has caused and wreaked havoc on my voice. So I'm going to push through. I might get a little raspy at times. I'm having fun with it, though. Kind of got a cool radio voice, but we're going to have a good time and we're going to go through some video today. Got a short one for you guys. Not a lot and there's great content, hopefully, and then there's some value you'll take away from this, but not too heavy for you. Just some great keys to success when shooting video. Again, with your smartphone. That's the most amazing thing is you don't need to go out and buy a whole bunch of equipment. You don't need to be a professional videographer. There's just a few things that you can focus on that really enhance your video, and more now than ever video is the most prominent form of communication for us on social media. And so, we just got some great tips for you guys on why we're using video and cranking through on what that's going to look like for you guys and helping you guys out with your video marketing needs. So, as we always do, we have some lovely sponsors with us here at West USA who always jump in and provide a great resource for you guys as real estate agents, not only about what you can do for your or what they do for you in your industry or in this industry, but also how they can help you out with marketing and creating a great presence. And I know every Thursday I have Jill St. Croix from Great American Title on with us, and she always shares some information about how they can help you guys out. And so, Jill, as always, welcome and good morning.
Hey Keith, I like the raspy voice, buddy.
It's crazy because like I'm not sick. It's just the allergies, and this
I
voice
know.
is crazy.
It's that time of the year, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. So I'm just kind of I don't for the older folks who remember Wolfman Jack, the radio personality from back in the day. So, well, good. How are you doing, Jill?
I'm doing great. I think my voice is still probably the same. Um,
Mhm.
we're super busy. In fact, I'm sitting in one of the signing rooms now because there are some people in another signing room that are signing their documents today.
Nice.
Um, just really consistently wonderfully busy and coming up with new ideas for people. We're trying to really formulate some ideas on finding listings. And I've been working on a couple of different programs, and some of them have panned out where we've actually targeted areas and actually gotten listings for my agents so that they can get their buyers into a house, because we all know it's pretty tight out there. So
Right.
if there's an area you're working on and you have a buyer who just wants to live in that area so desperately, talk to me and let's do a couple of the campaigns I've been working with and see if we can get you a house for them.
Now, when it comes to inventory right now, we know that the inventory is really low. So like we have like a little tip or takeaway for agents who can hustle and look for ask for referrals.
Right now, what I'm doing is, well, for asking for referrals, you ask everybody,
Sure, of
always.
course. Yeah.
But for the areas that we're targeting a lot of the renters, the rental properties,
Right.
especially people who live out of state, because people are tired of maintaining that investment property
Right.
that's so far away. But now it truly is an investment. That investment property that they bought, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, is now at the top of the market for price. And all you have to do is convince them to put it on the market, and then they can actually call that an investment property and help put that money elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I know a few. My parents actually were I wouldn't say the victims of that, but they were unfortunately the result of them having a rental for the last 5 years. The owner decided to sell because he's never had the property at such a high value, and
Right.
so they weren't able to renew their lease, and so then the rude awakening hit them when they saw what rental prices had gone up to, and
Right.
so yeah,
It's
it's
double edged, yeah, for the poor renters. But then they should talk to the lenders like Bree and get pre-qualified because rates are perfect right now too.
Oh yeah, exactly. And actually that is the next step. So, they were able to find a little place to kind of hunker down in the meantime and then get themselves into a shopping or a buying mindset.
Yeah, it's an interesting time right now. So I'm open to any ideas that you want to explore to find some new listings, find some things for your buyers. And I think video is one of them. And Keith, you know how much I dislike video, but I am going to tune in and take notes and see if I can't shoot my first actual video that I post.
Well,
I've shot a lot of them. I just won't post any of them.
and
Um,
that's often the case, so it's just getting past that, just do it, and getting past the hump for sure.
I know. I know I can stand up in front of all you guys and talk, but
Oh
doing it on
yeah.
video is like a permanent thing. Anyway, you guys have a great class. Everybody have a wonderful day and a great weekend, and let me know how I can help.
Thanks, Joey. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Whoop. And whoa. Oh no, Bree, what happened here? Bree, I lost your
Uh-oh.
slide. Oh,
I'm
this is
here
crazy.
though,
I
so it's
know. Okay,
okay.
at least you're here. I um, I had a slide for you, and oh, there it is. It was out of
Oh,
order. I apologize for
oh,
that.
no problem.
Yeah. Let's just move you around, and you're now good. I got you back in order. So we have Bree with us from. Go ahead, Bree. Where are you from at now?
So I am with the Robert Coomer Group with Celebrity Home Loans.
Nice.
Um, so I'm super excited about this class. So one thing, Jill, just post your video. It doesn't, I am like the queen of embarrassing videos. I feel like you just have to like own it. I actually post my bloopers. because I feel like if you can make fun of yourself, then you beat people to the punch. And so you just have to own it. Everybody then, and it also shows people, I mean, we're all just human, you know, like
Yeah.
everybody has those bloopers. We all have those. We all feel uncomfortable doing it. And you just get it out there. It's real. It's, you know, then people can relate to you. And I feel like it's the same for agents. It's, you want the people who are your clients and the people that you're marketing to, like, they're going to meet you in person and they're going to see that somebody, I can't remember who it was, had said something about how if, you know, you're self-conscious of what your voice sounds like, or of, you know, like I get self-conscious of, you know, oh, do I have a wrinkle, or do I have whatever, do I have a pimple, or whatever it is. If I meet somebody in person, they're going to see it. It's going to be there. They're going to hear my voice. So it's just a matter of that, like, I'm seeing it.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing.
Part that we're not into it.
When it was, you know, with video guys too, and you guys understand this, it's just really about authenticity and being unique, you know. And the great thing about being a real estate agent is, you know, you can take people right behind the scenes of what it's like to be an agent, and you can just get human with them, and that conveys more than these overly produced videos and drone footage, which is great for your listing. But when it comes to just being on camera and being you, there's no better way than just pointing the camera at yourself and talking, you know.
Well, and you can sell like all of, you know, the drone videos and the high quality videos are fantastic for the home and for
Right.
marketing the home. But when you're trying to sell yourself,
Yeah.
I really do think that you know, the smartphone videos and the ones that, you know, you're going to talk about, Keith, are the ones that are going to get people to want to work with you.
Exactly. So when it comes to Robert Comer, tell me about, like, Comer, what are you guys doing? And I know you're expanding into the Arizona market, correct?
We are. And so it's so exciting. We actually were doing some hiring right now, and we're really, I mean, our loan officers that we currently have, the reason we're hiring is because we are so busy right now. And I mean, like Jill said, this market is crazy. So, you know, if you do need somebody to take a look to get somebody pre-qualified, our loan officers, the culture within our team is amazing, and they work so hard. Their priority is to make sure that every transaction is is not a transaction, you know, like it's human. We want to make sure that everybody knows that we understand that this is a big deal to each person, and we take it very personally. And so if you have somebody who, you know, is wanting to make that step, let us know. Because we definitely, you know, we're wanting to help as many people as we can. We know that this is like a crazy time in the industry. So let us know if there's anything we can do. But yeah, we are like growing like crazy in this market. And so it's an exciting time for us. It's myself and Marissa Schmidt are doing business development out here. So we're having so much fun kind of getting things going out here.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, Bree, we always appreciate you jumping on with us on our Thursday morning webinar, and keep cranking out with the funny videos. Certainly, it's engaging. You know, and the great thing about the videos too is you can see right away, is this person likable? Is this somebody that I actually want to interact with? And so I can say 100% without any doubt, you are definitely someone I like to work with, Bree.
Oh, well, thank you. Same back to you.
Awesome. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you
We'll
so
see
much,
you
Keith.
soon. You're welcome.
You too. Bye.
All right. All right, let's get rock and roll. I'm a little bit out of order here, and I apologize, guys. Let me just drag some stuff around real quick. I made some edits to my slides before we started, and I wanted to make sure. I don't know why they're out of order, but there we go. All right, cool. All right, here we go. So for today, guys, the three key takeaways for creating, like, you know, pro quality video that's gonna, you know, just be made from your phone it is pretty simple for you guys here. Some things just to keep in mind when it comes to creating video is video is the most powerful form of communication right now. The message is retained more than any other type of communication, whether it's a single video or a single photo or text. And so I have agents ask me a lot, you know, why should I be doing video? Why is video going to benefit me? And, you know, for the most part, video is going to benefit you because that's what consumers want to see. Um, Property listings with video get 4 times more inquiries. About 73% of homeowners say that they are more likely to list with an agent who uses video. And so naturally for you guys, man, I tell you, this is going to be a long one, but I appreciate you hanging in with my voice. Um, with video, when I'm deciding on if a customer is deciding on who they want to use as an agent, they're going to ask you, what are you going to do to market my property? How are you going to get the word out there? And so if you're able to say, hey, look, I do videos, whether I shoot them myself or we hire a production company or a freelancer, they're going to feel good about that, and they're definitely going to want to have their property best foot put forward. And as you guys know, as real estate agents, um, first impressions are everything. And if you're using a video to convey that first impression, that's going to be a home run for you guys. And you're certainly going to grab some more leads. Cool. Thanks, Rob. All right. Here we go. When it comes to using video, the it's just a massive opportunity for you guys to grow your business first and foremost. Property listings with video get 400% more inquiries than get listings with the photo alone. So definitely having video is going to be huge, an advantageous component for you. Average buyer reaches, or the average buyer actually searches online 3 times a week, and for 3 weeks before they even contact an agent. And so if your videos are out there, they're getting to know you. And as I mentioned, when we were talking to Bree and Jill, likability, genuineness, education, you're going to be educating your clients with video, and they can see that you are someone who knows what they're talking about. And so 3 keys to pro quality video for you guys. Number one, good lighting. And of course, I'll go through some gear, some tactics, techniques for you guys on this slideshow presentation that will help you with creating those videos. And no matter what camera you use, lighting is going to be a big impact for you guys, especially if you're going to be in a home that doesn't have any power, and you can grab any number of lights now, and especially with technology advancing, there's some amazing LED lights that are battery operated. You can grab off of Amazon, and you can front light your camera, backlight a room, and create some depth when you're in an open house or in a house that doesn't have electricity, and really create a nice warm feel. So if you have access to sunlight, using sunlight coming through the window, fantastic. It's definitely a more flattering look, and is going to really show up on the video itself. Audio, number two, first and foremost, having a solid voice. And then number two, having a lavalier mic. People watch video the people that watch video has a low quality image but won't watch it if there's bad sound. And we can get through the quality of the video because there may be like a bandwidth issue, or you're on cellular and so the quality's not going to come through. But if the audio is terrible, we're just not going to listen, and we're not going to get all the message. And so an inexpensive lavalier mic that will plug into your phone will allow you to create some great recordings. And with a lot of these fun video apps that are out there now, you can create voiceovers. And I know a lot of agents who are apprehensive from being on camera, but what I tell them to do is put together a really nice slideshow. Some pan shots of the kitchen, backyard, the patio, whatever the case may be. And then when you stitch your video together, you can narrate it through the use of a lavalier mic, and you'll have really great quality sound. And then the last one, number three, stable shots. So try to avoid anything shaky. Shaky video will leave your viewers feeling queasy, and it's just not a very appealing video to watch. You can use a tripod or a floating gimbal, which both I have, and I'll show you some examples. And then they'll actually just add a lot more professional look to your video, especially if you're using the gimbal. The gimbal gives you kind of that cinematic feel, a real floating professional look, which is really awesome to have. All right, so I'm going to cover some statistics for you guys on why you should be doing video. We're going to talk about a video business card. If you're going to do anything at all, at least start off with a video business card, which is basically the who, what, when, where, why of who you are, introducing yourself and having that live on your social media, whether that's pinned to the top of a Facebook page or it's in your about section on your website. A video business card is a great way for you to speak to your audience, and they see you and they hear you and they see how you communicate, and again, establish likability. How to create that video business card, and then of course where to post it is important too, where we're going to be putting that video. All right. So Little over 5 years ago, Mark Zuckerberg said that the majority of the content that we're going to be consuming on Facebook, 85% of it is going to be video. We are there now. If you guys have been on social media or you've been on Instagram or Facebook, you see every other post is at least a video, and that's whether from another business or from a product or service that you follow, especially for real estate agents. Video is very prominent and a great resource for you guys, or a great tool for you guys to use for your customer. 45% of video, 45% of people who watch video watching more than an hour on Facebook and YouTube, and that's a lot. Anytime someone's spending that much time on a device, if you can get your content on there and they're seeing and learning about you, that's going to be huge for you. 87% of online marketers use video content. Whether you're on Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, video is a big component. Twitter is, and customers and businesses are using that platform and that medium in order to sell their product or service. Millennials love video, guys. Your millennials, 35, 36, and under, are the largest age group watching video online. They're not big TV watchers unless they're binge watching something on Netflix, but a lot of times they're watching from a mobile device. And when they have that mobile device in their hand, they're often switching back and forth between, Netflix to, their Facebook page and so on. And with the latest update to the iOS app, the iPhone app, they can now do picture in picture. So if I'm watching a video, I can minimize that video. It lives in the upper right hand or left hand corner of my phone, and I can scroll and check into my Facebook and see what's happening. So I'm still watching my show, but now I'm also surfing all my other social media apps and channels, performing searches. So tech is really allowing us to consume content from multiple channels at one time, and no reason why we have low low attention now, to low attention spans, because we have so much influence coming in at one time. Over half the video content viewed is on a mobile device. Well over 55, almost 60% now of the content that we're consuming is from our phone or a tablet. We are picking up our phone and getting what we need right from there. We don't need to sit down at a desktop anymore. And so if you're not putting content into people's hands, you're not in business. 92% of mobile videos, they're sharing the video with other people. And, who your friends are, your family are, their likes and their dislikes, things that are going to push their buttons, things that are going to make them laugh, things that are going to make them happy and cry. And so when we see something like a video that we want to, that makes us feel a certain way, we want to actually share that with our family and friends, people who are like-minded. And so when you have content that's high value and it's going to be shareable. And so if someone I know is looking to purchase a home, or doesn't know if they could pre-qualify, but I see 3 tips from Bree on what are the first 3 steps I need to do in order to get pre-qualified, or how do I go about it? I'm a first-time home buyer. Well, I just watched the video. I don't have a need, but I know my brother or sister does. I'm going to share that video with them. Hey, you were just talking about getting pre-qualified. I just watched a great video on how to do that. Check it out. And so that's going to be a big one for you guys. Now, native video, that's video that actually lives on Facebook, is 10 times higher, 10 times higher reach. It's going to, Facebook is going to reward you with native video that lives on their platform and share that with more of their friend or more of their audience. And so when people ask me, hey, where should I put my video? You should definitely be loading up your video to live, upload it onto your Facebook business page, because Facebook will reward you for that. They will often degrade or ding or devalue when you use a YouTube link. If you're grabbing a YouTube link off of YouTube and dropping it into your content, Facebook doesn't want their audience to leave. They want their audience to stay there. So when you upload a native video, they're going to reward you with that and give you a higher viewing rate. As I mentioned too, video, the 95% of the message is retained. Viewers retain 95% more of the message when it's in the form of a video compared to 10% when it's just in text form. So again, very powerful. It tells a better story and one that you're going to benefit from. All right, I'm going to take a quick drink of water. Okay, so when it comes to creating a video business card, Number one, what are we doing? It's a great introduction. It's a great tool for you guys to say hello. My name is Keith. I'm a real estate agent with West USA Realty. I currently focus on, commercial properties or residential, whatever your introduction is, but you're introducing yourself. It's a great way to gain trust with your potential client. You can share your knowledge, your expertise, why you do what you do, who you've benefit or who you have helped, and how they've benefited from working with you. Um, and it's a great way for your audience to learn more about who you are, what you do, where you do it. I'm in the North Valley. I'm in, Buckeye, Chandler, wherever the case may be. Obviously licensed in the Arizona market. I can help you anywhere, but this is my expertise or my area of focus. Why they should hire you. Again, the video is going to be an opportunity for you to share some value propositions on why working with you is better than working with anybody else. There's a lot of real estate agents in the market. Last we checked, there's 400 plus agents still getting their license on a monthly basis. So very competitive out there. And how are we going to rise above that? How are we going to differentiate ourselves? Well, I can tell you right now, less than 10% of agents are effectively using video. It's crazy considering how much we've been hammering people about using video, video, video. There is just not a lot of agents who are effectively using video. And for you guys, there's an opportunity there for you to really jump in there and excel. If you aren't using video to market your properties, you're missing out on a golden opportunity. And especially if you're not marketing yourself. And so this is going to give you an opportunity to do that when you create a video about who, what, when, where, and how an agent can contact you. And as I mentioned, likability, right? It has to be someone like, hey, I can relate to this guy or this woman, and I would love to work with them. So what should your video include? First and foremost, who you are, introducing yourself, talk about your credibility and your experience. What is your area of expertise? What are the benefits of working with you and the benefits of your service? Uh, where are you located, right? What is your geographical area? Where is your hyper niched area? You say that you're an expert in the real estate industry and in this particular neighborhood. Use video to showcase that. Get out and talk to the small business owners. Get out and talk to nonprofits. Meet with the HOA board or a member of the board and talk about what are some of the challenges that the community is facing. Is there a new build coming in who wants to join the HOA? Is that going to bring everyone's cost down for everyone, or are they going to add more amenities and it's going to go up? So being that agent who's in the know and using video to showcase your expertise in a geographical area is going to be a huge play for you guys. Why should someone choose you? As I mentioned, what is your differentiating factor? What sets you apart in this industry? And of course, your video testimonials are a big one too from past clients. You can reach out to a customer and say, hey, I really enjoyed working with you. I get the feeling that you did as well. Would you mind taking 30 seconds and just shooting a quick little selfie video? And you can send them a little tips on how to create one. And of course, brand that. But then ask them to do a video testimony for you that they can text message you, and then you can add it in to your intro video. And a real human way to approach that is to say, hey, I'm not really comfortable talking about myself, but I'd love to hear from you. And when you put that into your video, let your audience know it's like, hey, who better to hear it from than my past customers? Oh, I'm a little shy and I don't really like talking about myself, but hey, listen to what they have to say. And if I'm someone you'd like to work with, I'd love to hear from you. How can they reach you? Share your website, your phone number, your email address. A lot of these apps now for video editing are super easy to use, and you can create overlays. And that's that little graphic that's at the bottom in the lower third of the video. Much like if you were watching a news segment, you would see, the news channel's information in the corner, and there's a little ticker that kind of tells you what's coming up or gives you like a little headline. That's an overlay. And so you can create those and then say, call me for more information on a free home evaluation, or here's my phone number or my web address. Love to connect with you. And using those apps will make it very easy for you to do that. Bonus item for you guys, share a success story. Maybe a follow-up video to your intro video is a before and after or some photos. Like, hey, I'm an expert I'm a professional and I know how to help people get their home, to sell quickly. Here is 3 things that we did. Here's before and afters. And once we did that, the house was ready to list. We had multiple offers, and it didn't sit on the market that long. Of course, any of your FAQs, if you guys have any frequently asked questions, there's your first 3 videos that you could do, or 1 video with all 3 questions. But you can get out there and create videos based on the most questions that you get and have those live on your social media. That way, your folks are learning about you. You're answering some questions ahead of time before you even meet for the first time, and they already feel comfortable with you, and you're that further in the process. So, number 3, creating your video, plan a script. Now, I say this cautiously because if you're not a good reader, meaning someone hands you a piece of paper and you can read out loud and it sounds natural, a script would just be a loose idea of bullet points of what you want to say, where and how and why. And then read through that to yourself, whether in front of family and friends or in front of the mirror. But unless you are a good reader, stick with just bullet points on, okay, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to talk about where I'm at, why I'm an agent, or what specifically about being an agent is, why I love being an agent. Have some personality, showcase a little bit about your personal life, just as a working mom or as a working dad who's also a football coach, or just little tidbits, because there's probably things about you that people are going to be drawn to, and if they're like-minded, they'll feel more better about working with you, and you'll come off more genuine and authentic. And of course, most importantly, be relaxed on your video and natural, like you're just talking with a family member. High energy is good. You just don't need to be like this crazy guy here on the right. Energy is good. Being weird is not, right? All right. Number 2 for you guys, make a shot list. Keep it simple. Pick 3 elements or 3 areas of the house. If you're going to do an intro video or a video business card, one of the little secrets that I love, and I heard from an agent a long time ago, and I know several other ones who've done it since, is they'll sneak out and get into one of the new builds, beautiful staged new build home, whether Taylor Morrison or Richard America. I don't know if Richard America's still around, but any of the new builds, get out there on an off day, off hour. Take your, take a bag or a backpack with a tripod and your camera in there, and set yourself up in the kitchen or somewhere around the house, and shoot your little intro real quick, or take some staged photos. Your audience doesn't need to know that that's not technically a listing, but they have this beautiful home that's staged, or any home for that matter that you think would be a great representation of your brand. Then shoot your list based off your script. Pick an exterior, pick an interior, backyard shot, newly remodeled kitchen, and create yourself a quick little video, and at least take some still shots to use for your brand marketing as well. When you're shooting your video, one of the areas to focus on, or one of the techniques that I learned from a good friend of mine who's a videographer, is you want to make and create some depth. The gal here in the corner, or in the upper left corner, she's basically centered in the frame, but she's got a lot of depth behind her. And in these beautiful homes, if you can create depth, it encourages the audience, their eye, to be drawn to you and focus on you, the speaker, the presenter, as opposed to just being mirrored into the wall like this gentleman here in the bottom right. No shooting against flat walls, especially flat walls that don't have any texture. Create some depth in the house. Stand in the center of the living room, or maybe in the kitchen with the living room elongated in the background, and create yourself a really nice, appealing visual effect when you're shooting your video. That's a great tip for you guys there, one you can focus on. If you're going to do videos on camera, and if you're just a little bit off center, like Jim from the house or from the office down here, that's what we call the rule of thirds. It's where we line up the 3 columns with the 3 rows, and you almost put that cross over your eyes. He's just off center a little bit, and that allows you to put an overlay or a graphic or a logo or a call to action, or even maybe like a quick still image of a listing that you have or whatever you're talking about, can live just to the side of your face, much like you would see on a newscast when they have the news anchor off center, and then they have that overlay on the right side or left side of their face. So that's a great rule of thirds trick for you guys to focus on when you're shooting your video. And of course, if you're on camera with someone else and they're on their camera with you, then you guys are balanced and you're speaking to one another, and you're just giving a little bit of a Sullivan nod to the camera every now and then, a little glance over to acknowledge your audience is there with you. But for the most part, you're just having a natural conversation with your interviewer and interviewee. So some basic equipment, number 3 here for you guys, we mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, some basic equipment that's going to help you out. As I mentioned, a tripod in the upper left corner there, a simple little like a little 3-inch or 4-inch tripod, doesn't have a long neck on it. Those are great for countertops, or if you're going to set it on, on the hood of your car, maybe you're doing an exterior shot. Again, remember we talked about the 3 keys. Stability, having a stable photo and a video is important. That way you get a nice leveled, non-shaky shot. They sell these tripods on Amazon for 15, 20 bucks. They have different ones that extend or expand up to 5 feet. And they even have some that have a Bluetooth remote to allow you to start and stop the video from a distance, which is really cool, because then it's almost like you have a cameraman with you when most of the time we're all by ourselves. Lighting, as I mentioned, was a big one. There's a couple different lighting packages. You can buy a single light or 2 lighting packages for more balanced lighting, which is really awesome for you guys there. They do have these kits that come battery operated. So again, if you're in a home that doesn't have any electricity or power's off, or there's a low light situation, you can use these as well. I've seen lighting kits from 60 to 120 to several $100s. You don't need much. You just need some of that soft lighting to infill. The great thing about using Amazon or Amazon Prime is if you get something that you try, you don't like it, or it's not working for you, they're awesome about returning it. Number 3 there on the right, which is the lavalier microphone for your iPhone or your Android device. The lavalier mic, they do sell those in different lengths, and that'll allow you to, again, have quality sound at a distance from your phone. And especially if you're in a listing in the backyard and maybe it's up against a roadway and there's a freeway nearby, you're going to get a lot of ambient sound. A lavalier mic is going to cut out a lot of background noise and give you some really quality sound to your audio. And of course, you can use this for your conversations with clients and so on. And a little trick too for you guys who are using the microphone that comes with your phone. That doubles as a microphone, and you can use that as well. Of course, you'll just have that white cord, but then again, you really don't need to worry about being all fancy and having a ton of tech. I see folks who just get in the car and put in their ear pods and they shoot a video. We're used to seeing it, so people aren't judging you on that. So don't feel like, oh, I don't look professional. You're on the move. You're an agent on the go, and you take advantage of the things that you have around you to use. The last one there is the gimbal, which is the little device here on the left. That is a powered, battery charged floating gimbal. It has a Y and an X axis motors. There are motors here in the joints, and that keeps your camera level as you walk. Really cool, fun tool to use. I have one. My wife has one for what she does. And you can really just get some amazing, stable, floating shots, as I mentioned earlier. Very cinematic shots that float. Takes the shake out of your hand, takes the steps out of your walk. There's no shaking. You can do low pans on the ground and come up and do a neat shot over the island. I use it for the kids when they're playing sports. I'll run behind them, and I get some really cool shots that way. Practice if you're going to use something like this. Walk around your house, pretend your home is your listing, walk around the neighborhood and get used to using the device. They have software, an app for most of them that come with it, and they'll take you through some tutorials, and a really fun tool to use. The price has come down considerably on these since they rolled them out a number of years ago. You can pick one of them up for less than 80 bucks off of Amazon. And it's a great investment, because if you're going to really jump into video, it's a fun one to have for you. Fits in your purse, backpack, not very bulky at all, and a great tool to have. All right, we're cranking along here. Hang in with me. So I get the question, okay, so I'm going to shoot video. Now what do I do? How do I edit my video? There's a number of apps that are always coming out that you can use to edit video. One of the popular ones that I know that a lot of agents are using and a lot of other influencers are using is one called InShot. Now, InShot to download is free. There are some free aspects to it. I believe it's watermarked. You can unlock the watermark so it doesn't live in the bottom corner of your final product. But post-production, this will allow you to compile your video and edit it like the music, voiceovers, overlays, stickers, little things that can really jazz up your video, and a really intuitive and easy to use. Cool thing about these apps is you can download them and just shoot some generic stuff around the house, walk down your hallway, pan, do a shot of your kitchen, and learn to stitch them together. Once you figure that out and you're comfortable with, let's say you make a mock video or a test video of your home, then when you go out and you shoot a new open house or you do something in the neighborhood, you'll again be an expert and feel much more comfortable of actually creating these videos. For our Android users, Filmagore is a real popular one. Filmagore, same concept, just another type of app, but Android, popular with Android users, allows you to clip together all your videos, whether you're using still photos, maybe you don't have a video, maybe a client sends you a still photo, you can create a slideshow. You can link these apps to your social media, and so when you're done producing them, you can upload them directly to Facebook, which is awesome. A lot of these apps also have templates that you can kind of mimic or create off of the template, which is really nice. And they'll have effects as well. You can work on your transitions, whether it's a soft pan or it's like a digitized pan. And a pan or a transition is going from one frame to the next. And there's a lot of different templates in there that you can use. And a lot of professional editing tools in there as well, which is really nice. The last one I have for you guys here is Spark. Spark is a unique way of shooting video. This one's a little bit, you're handcuffed because you actually have to hold down the screen in order to shoot your video, but it stitches your videos together in a color format here. You'll see on the screen where it's like there's a red and a blue and a yellow. Each one of those represents a clip or a moment in time where you've held down on the camera and it's recorded the clip for however long you want it to be. You can stitch these together. There are filters in there as well. You can add music, record a voiceover, and then share your videos directly to Instagram stories, whether you're shooting vertical or horizontal. Again, these apps pretty much do the same thing with some variances. Their interfaces are different. So it's really about finding what you like and how you like to engage with the app, like any app that's out there. There are several different versions. It's just finding one that's going to work best for you and the one you like and you can pick up quickly. So uploading your video. When your video is all done, as I mentioned, social media is a big place to upload your video. Facebook's number one. Facebook is going to be the native video that lives on Facebook is going to be best for you because, again, Facebook is going to cast that video out more than if you're just dropping a YouTube link in. Now, I do recommend you guys get a YouTube channel as well. Super important to have YouTube channel for your real estate business. You can showcase your past videos, your past listings. When your MLS listing comes down, a lot of that content goes away. It's great to be able to archive what you've sold and what you've done for clients so that you can always send that link out and say, hey, here's something I've done or answers a question that they have. And, it's a living portfolio of your past work. So get yourself a YouTube channel, and whenever you create content, make sure you upload it to both places. Don't forget, guys, also, Google owns YouTube. So anytime someone is searching for you or a topic that you may have covered, your videos will show up in a search result. And so, again, that's really good to differentiate yourself from your competition. And again, since such a low percentage of agents are actually using video effectively. Other ones, if you're using Zillow Premier Agent or Realtor.com, your website, if you have or subscribe to BombBomb, those are other areas where you could be putting your video as well. Certainly important for you to do that. And again, remember, videos are 10 times higher, have much more higher reach on Facebook. So start there and work your way out. 5 essential videos for you guys before we get going here or take off for the day. Question always gets like, well, what should I do? Like, what kind of videos should I shoot? Like, I don't know, where to start. If you don't do all of these, at least do one of these monthly. Again, the goal is to be consistent, not constant. So if you're going to shoot a monthly interview video, or if you're going to do market stats, try to make it so that it hits on that same day each and every month, the first Monday, the second Thursday, whatever that looks like to you in your editorial calendar. Your essential videos should certainly be shooting a monthly interview with a team member or a partner or a vendor. Get with Jill, get with Bree, whoever you're comfortable working with, and find out what's happening in that aspect of the contract of the whole process, and highlight that and showcase that in your video. Um, Maybe you guys could do split screen and record it through a Zoom call, and then use that Zoom call as a video as well. We're all communicating through Zoom these days, and so it's not odd to see recordings that have great information. 3 to 5, 7 mistakes or things they can do to avoid or intentionally do in the home buying and selling process. Is it, people ask, like, should I be looking at homes in the summertime? Should I be looking in the wintertime? It doesn't make a difference in Arizona. Other states it may. Talk about those aspects. If there's any myths that you want to dispel, great, awesome opportunity for video there as well. Monthly home improvement, get with a contractor or a landscaper, and what's one thing that you can do to increase the value of your home, again providing value to your past clients as well. That way they can keep in touch with you. You're putting out content they still want to watch after the close, and then they'll remember you the next time they have a need. I know we've all heard the stories where it's like, oh, I forgot you were an agent, or I forgot your name or your phone number, and you're just like, oh, how did you not know that? So, staying top of mind and putting content out, not only for potential clients, but for your past clients as well. A monthly influencer video, interview somebody in the community. Whether it's a director of a nonprofit or a food bank. The holiday seasons are a great time to always get out there and connect with your community. What can I do to help and get hyper focused in the neighborhood to help out my community members? Be a connector in that respect and use video in order to convey that. And then you market, like, what's the market look like? In 85085, this was the highest home sale last month. We're up 3% or we're trending down. Average and medium home price, whatever that is for your neighborhood, put those together in a quick 60-second video and recap the month prior for the neighborhood. You'll again establish yourself as a neighborhood expert and be more memorable as people will start to look for your video. A lot of other reasons, guys, to do video. Tons of other reasons. Testimonials, neighborhood tours, listing videos, of course, that's a no-brainer there. Nonprofits, as I mentioned, outreach videos, showcasing a high school or a community or a neighborhood or an elementary school that may have reached a milestone. They were recently rated A+. Throw a congratulations out to them, and see if you can connect with the principal and interview the principal on like what they're doing that is really excelling in the school and the students. Hold a Zoom community forum. Get into the closed group on Facebook and let them know you're going to hold a little forum to talk about what's happening in the neighborhood. If there's something affecting a neighborhood, or a storage facility wants to go in and nobody wants it, you can obviously open that discussion and be a connector in that respect. And of course, dispelling your myths. Big one for when it comes to educating. So many first-time home buyers just don't know what they don't know, and so you can educate a lot of those millennials since they're watching so much video, and the next time they have a need, they'll feel comfortable, or when they're ready to buy, they've already done a lot with you in the way of educating themselves. All right, so next week, I hope you guys, if you have any questions, jump in that live box there. We do record all of our videos, so unfortunately, as terrible as my voice is, this will be recorded. The YouTube channel that we have at West USA Realty, you can find all of our past classes, including this one, and go back. Canva, Facebook, personal branding, Instagram basics. Next week, we're doing Instagram intermediate. So we're going to be doing an intermediate level class. We're going to jump really into like IG stories, the algorithm, how to work it. What are Instagram Reels? Their new offering they have is called Guides. So you can establish yourself as someone who like knows a particular part of the area. Guides is a great way to showcase your expertise as an agent. Rob has a great question. Share your thoughts on iMovie for your iPhone. So iMovie, great question, Rob. iMovie is free, comes installed on your iPhone. So anyone who's using that, that's one app you don't have to download. iMovie is relatively easy to use. There's a few. They're adding more features to it as they release new updates. But iMovie is awesome because they've got some templates in there. You can create, like a sports feel or a newscaster feel. You can create a bunch of really neat um, videos from that. iMovie imports all your video right from your camera roll, which is really nice as well. But when it comes to creating projects, um, there are a number of tutorials you can find on YouTube as well on creating a new project and creating a new movie or a trailer. Um, Stitching it together is pretty simple. Editing your videos and then adding in music, any audio or music that you have on your device, is will pull off there as well. It's a pretty minimalistic interface. It's not too heavy. But it does lack in a few items where you can do overlays and filters. So iMovie is a great place to start. And if you get comfortable with that, then you can start jumping in and downloading some other apps that have some more bells and whistles, really, at the end of the day. All right, so intermediate, Instagram next week, 10 a.m. Hopefully, I will have a much more a stronger voice for you guys, and I appreciate you hanging with me and bearing through all that. If you have any questions or comments, concerns, thoughts after the fact, you can always visit us or email me. I'm Keith, that's Keith at westusa.com. Today's recording will be on our social media closed groups and our main business page once I've uploaded that guy to our YouTube channel, and we upload that into our app for you. Of course, you can always go to YouTube and just do a simple search for West USA Realty, find our channel, and in the channel you will see not only my class, but our Monday morning webinars. We've got Don't Do That with Bob Stevens. We've got Michael DeVille's investment webinar. My webinars on Thursdays, and of course, anything from Wise Agent to orientation. There's just a lot of information on our YouTube channel and our past webinars. And so, Facebook, social media in general is always changing. So it's good to connect into one of these live webinars, once every few months. And we can always go back and watch the past videos at your leisure. And of course, I'm on Instagram and Facebook, so feel free to follow me. Would appreciate that. I'll follow you guys back, and of course, engage with you and love to see all your beautiful content and give you a pat on the back or a kick in the pants, depending on where you're at with your video creation. But like always, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much, and please be kind to one another and be safe out there, and we will see you next week.